So here on People Daily, the main read is Hustler Fund is illegal, and this is what the Azimio leader said yesterday at the Kamukunji grounds where they were holding the public deliberations there. And what they're saying is that they're asking Kenyans who have already borrowed not to repay the loans on grounds that the funds lack legal backing, and that the loans being disbursed by Kenya Kwanza under the Hustler funds was inadequate to support any meaningful business venture that will enable borrowers to repay within 14 days. Also, what he was addressing in that particular rally, he demanded that two embattled independent electoral and boundaries commission bosses, that is Juliana Cherera and Justus Nyang'aya, should be reinstated unconditionally. These are the two commissioners that had already resigned from their post, and just to avoid that tribunal. And we know that the other two commissioners, that is Irene Masit and Francis Wanderi, who declined to resign, are expected to appear before the tribunal or send legal representatives there. And still on the Azimio leader, in the Star, he says engage stakeholders on the next IEBC teams or no polls. So this is another thing. The next IEBC now promises to be the next battlefront for both Ruto and Raila, given the commission's role in elections management, especially in presidential polls. So the face-off or the standoff still continues between the two, and we wait to see how the proposal by the president today in Parliament to seek to have an opposition office entrenched in the constitution will go. To other news, most PWDs, that is people with disabilities, lack access to healthcare, social benefits. This is a report that was done, and it calls for prioritization of needs of persons living with disabilities to access basic needs and spaces of meetings. The statistics given there is 8 out of 10 persons with disabilities lack access to healthcare, while 1 in 2 households with persons with disabilities miss out on food, according to the new report. And the recommendation they're giving is for their recommending subsidizing membership of the National Hospital Insurance Scheme, supply of food supplements for nutrition enhancement. So those are the two recommendations that they're giving. Moving to see what the Star has in the front page, storm of a plan to scrap boarding schools. And we have this on page 4 and 5, where it has given a whole article about this. And basically parents are refusing this, saying that, are rejecting this, saying that they should have been given more time. And the grounds that they're complaining on is that what happens to the parents who are living abroad. What happens to parents who are living abroad? So if you scrap boarding schools, where do the kids go? And other parents are saying the boarding schools are the convenient places, spaces to take their children to because of the work condition that they have. We also have the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education teachers backing the state's decision, saying that the schools will accord parents time with their children, time to nurture their children. And finally, we have 2 sad stories there. Man kills self after poisoning and stabbing his 4 children. The story is that this man from Homa Bay County, led by anger and frustration after losing his job, and after his wife reported him to the children's office for not providing for his children, and he was called to appear to the children's office. So he was mad, and then he decided to poison and stab his 4 children, and then later on kill himself after he thought that the children had already succumbed to the poison and to the stabbing. So the children are now fighting for their lives at Homa Bay County Teaching and Referral Hospital. We sure wish the children a quick recovery. We hope that all will be well with them. And it is worrying with us now for being in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. These are some of the things that are happening. University student shot by police during protests dies. This was a university student that was shot on Monday, so he has succumbed to the injuries. And we also see that the university has been closed indefinitely, and the VC cites insecurity around the campus and recent student protest as the reason for the closing of the university. Those are some of the stories making news on the Star and People Daily. Marie.